Hello everybody, welcome to Erndale's. My name is Dale and I am coming to you from Manitoba, Canada, where I live in the country with my husband, and we are today having kind of a snowy day. It's actually 1 minute sunny and then it's cloudy, but I think we're supposed to be getting quite a bit of snow in the next couple of days. It has been really warm. All our snow melted last week. It was absolutely gorgeous, but we're in our climate. This isn't kind of normal. Well, November is usually up and down, but it's supposed to get really cold now into the -20s during the day, which Celsius, which is our normal for December. And so I am not inclined to go out today. It's quite windy and I'm still kind of not feeling 100% from COVID. Still have my cough and I still have this horrible need to curl up in a ball and go to sleep. I have no energy really. And so I'm just pottering around up here in my studio. It's somewhat clean again. After the purge, I have not finished my purge. I put it on hold. I've got a lot done, but I still have some more to go. But I'm just not in the right mindset right now for this. I'm just trying to do little things. I have some socks cast on over here. I'm doing a little bit of stitching, but pretty much all my Christmas makes have gone by the wayside. I usually make all my Christmas gifts, and I'm just not going to make it this year. I'm just not up to it. So, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I give myself that kind of slack if I have to, and there's always next year. Anyway, so today I was looking for something to do that wasn't knitting, that wasn't stitching, and I remembered that I have a project, a fix-it sort of project that I've been wanting to do for a couple of weeks, ever since I went down into my Christmas stuff and was rummaging around. I found something that needed some attention. So that's what we're going to do today. So come along with me and we'll see what kind of trouble we get into. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Erndale's. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I say that every time, don't I? Yeah, well, this is another different thing. This fellow is a greeter snowman that I made probably, 25 years ago or so. So where I used to work, I was in a very large hospital and I worked on a clinical floor. And the hospital had a mall in it, and at Christmas time, all kinds of vendors would come in, and makers, and they would sell their wares, and you know, hospital staff just bought it up like crazy. And one of my colleagues used to go down every day at lunchtime and shop. She loved to shop. She did a lot of her Christmas shopping right there at the hospital at that mall. And one day she came back with a snowman like this, and she paid $75 for it. This was about 25 years ago, and he was so cute, and I wanted one so bad, but I wasn't about to pay $75 for something, not especially something that the minute I looked at it, I knew I could make it. So I took him into the examining room. It was an obs and gynae floor, and you know, the paper that's on the examining tables, I laid him out. I took his clothes off and I laid him out, and I traced around his body, and then I ripped the paper off and cut it up. And I brought that home, and I had a rough pattern of just the shape of the snowman. But when I had all his clothes off, I really examined very carefully how he had been constructed. And he's actually made, the inside his body is a piece of plywood, the whole thing. And I will take his clothes off, because what I'm going to do today with this fellow, I haven't really restuffed him or puffed him up at all in years. And he's getting kind of flat, you know, storage wise. He stands actually underneath the stairs in the basement with a cover over him, but other things get squished up, and his face is compacting a little bit. So is his chest. He used to have a real puffy chest, but now it's quite flat. So I'm going to take his clothes off. I'm going to fix him up, and then I'm going to redress him in his blue outfit. This is his red outfit, and I'm going to show you a better picture of him in a minute. But when I get him all undressed, I'm going to show you exactly how he's made, and I'm sure any of you could make this. This is such an easy project, and I've made, this one is about 3 feet tall. He's a child size. I've made smaller ones, and I made really, really small ones on the same idea as this, and I'll explain how I did that. So this is my Frosty, and he is made completely by me. Everything he's wearing, his whole construction, I did myself. So give me a minute to rejig my camera, and I will get started on fixing him up for this year. Okay, give me a minute. So here is my snowman. He's about 3 feet tall. This is the outfit that he's worn for a couple of years now. And it's just, I made him some pants out of a plaid, and I knit him this sweater. But if you can see how his belly has sort of dropped, he was puffy from here all the way down. So the sweater I knit for him, and the mittens, and of course his hat. He's also lost a little bit of shaping here, and his chest has gotten quite droopy. So I'm going to take all this off, and we're going to restuff him a little bit, or not restuff him, but I'm going to add some stuffing, puff him up. And then I have another outfit. It's a blue outfit that we're going to put on him. And while we're at it, we'll have a look at his construction, and I'll show you how he's made. Very simple construction. So let's get stripping this fellow down. So we'll just start at the top. Take his hat off. And we'll take his sweater off. These pants, I guess I stapled them on here. I didn't know that. So I'll have to pull them off this way. Want these staples to end up on the floor, because then I'll be stepping on them. So I'll just remove them. Okay, and we'll just take all of this out. for right now. So you can either stuff the pants or you can a lot of stuffing in this fellow. Yeah, I'm not going to take his pants off. I actually don't remember what's all under here because I haven't had this off in quite a few years. Looks like I've got socks on them. I don't remember that. All right, I'm just going to stand him on his head for a minute. That'll be easier. These pants are actually quite tight. No, I do have socks on them. Who knew? Like I said, it's been a while since I have done any work on this guy. So that was a bit of work getting those pants off. So now you can see the basic construction. His head, I just used a dinner plate to make it nice and round. I used the largest dinner plate I have. Then there's a little bit of a cutout, and then it's just straight down for his body, and then his legs, and his feet. I'll show you in a minute, but this is the original pattern that I transferred from that one that I was explaining about before. So if you can see, I'll turn him around so that the nose isn't in the way. You can see there's the dinner plate. There's a little bit of a jog here for his neck, and then straight down for his body, and then his legs. And that is all cut from just a piece of thin plywood inside. Then I took this jersey material here. It's very stretchy. It's just a jersey material. And I used this top of this pattern, and I just cut out from about here all the way, sewed it up, and put it over the head. And then I started stuffing. Now, I think at one time I had this, I think I originally had this down to about here, this body part. For some reason, I've changed that. I don't remember why I did that. I guess what I'm doing now, instead of stuffing his body, I'm stuffing his sweater. Either way, it works. I think I cut it because it was easier to get the stuffing to fix it. Like right now, he's very loose in stuffing here. And with it being, if the body was stuffed down to here, then it's hard to get your hand back up into there. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this stuffing, and I'm going to fix up his, I'm just going to fluff it out a little bit because it's quite compacted. And I'm just going to get a knitting needle or dowel or something. I got a dowel here and see if I can use this to stuff up there. I might have to take some of this out. There. I just want to stuff right here where it's a little bit compacted. I don't want to give him jowls or anything like that, but he needs a little bit more in his face, I think. Over the years, they kind of lose their shape. That's a little bit better. Do some more. And I use all kinds of different things for stuffing. Some of this is old batting, quilting batting, you know, the old heavy stuff we used to use. And if you pull it apart, it actually makes nice stuffing. That's what this piece right here is. I just use whatever I've got in hand. I don't necessarily buy. I would if I didn't have anything, I suppose I would buy, but lucky for me, I have stuff. So his face is puffing up a little bit better. I'm not worried about this part because his hat is going to cover it. I'm just more worried about this part right here. That looks better. A little bit more in his chin. Just a little bit more in his chin. Oh, I keep hanging myself up on my cords here. That looks better. I need a little bit more here too. The arms are just 2 tubes. I just sewed a tube and then I stapled them on here, and then I have mittens just on the end, and I've stitched the mittens on and stuffed the mittens as well. So the arms are very easy to do. I just made a tube. I think this is an old baby blanket. It's flannelette, and just attached the mittens, stitched them on, stuffed them before I put them on. And his eyes are just 2 buttons that I've painted stars on. His nose I just made out of a piece of fabric, and I just whipped it around and I attached it with a whip stitch to his face, and then I just embroidered this little face on here. So that's much better. I might be able to put a little bit up here, I think. He was getting kind of flat on the face. I think I'll try and get some way up here. There. Just give him a little bit more of a cheek. Maybe a little bit more here too. I think this snowflake, well, really all it cost me was, or the snowflake, the snowman, all it really cost me was a piece of wood. And it's just cheap plywood. Oh, I got too much cheek. There, that's much better. Okay, and then I've just got a piece of fishing line. I've wrapped it around his neck and pulled it in. So that's what's defining this part of his face. Now I'm going to put some more stuffing back in here. Just up here. And don't forget about the back of them. the back is just stapled on here. See, I could actually put a little bit in the back part, but it doesn't really matter. The hat's going to cover that. So I'm happy with the stuffing part of him now. He looks a little bit better than he did before. And I'm going to show you his feet. So his feet are just made from plywood. I just cut 2 feet out of plywood, and then I grooved out, I don't know if you can actually see this. I grooved out on the foot with a rotor the same width as this leg, and I just slid it in and glued it. So now he can stand. That's all I did. And he stands beautiful. So I'm going to go and get his new clothes and we will dress him up. Okay, I've got his clothes. So he's going to be wearing this sweater. I knit this for him. This is a very heavy sweater. This is going to be his sweater for a couple of years. And I purchased from a charity shop a pair of blue corduroy pants. These are way too long, so I will fold them up. I should actually hem them, but I haven't gotten around to it. These pants are size 11. Size 11, 12. So I can't remember if these are too big on him, if I pull them in or not, but these are the pants he's going to wear and this sweater. And then I have a blue hat that I knit. And sometimes I wear that gray hat that I took off with this outfit, because gray will go with this. And I also have a Santa hat, you know, one of those real Santa hats that sometimes I put on instead of one of these hats. But I think I'm going to start off with this. So we're going to start on his pants first. Now, if you don't knit, or you don't want to knit an outfit for him, the best thing I have found when I made some of the other ones, I didn't knit for every one that I've made. I've made one of these for pretty much everyone in my family, my brothers and their families, and I didn't knit for those ones. I just went to the secondhand shop and I purchased child-size sweaters. And so you can be very selective in what you want to put on him. I'm just going to stand him on his head because it seems to be easier to get pants on and off this way. It is a little difficult to put pants on when you have fixed feet like this. It's a little bit of sweat equity because you can't, obviously these feet, you can't move them. So, okay, we're getting there. So I'm not going to stuff the socks like I did in the other pants. The other pants were of thinner material. These corduroy pants are thicker and they tend to kind of drape around his leg. So I'm not going to stuff his socks or his pant legs this time. Not with these pants. But I am going to have to roll these up a bit because they're obviously way too long. So I should not be so lazy and I should hem them. You would think I would do that. Who needs to hem when you can just roll them up? After all, it is a snowman. It's not a person. Okay, let's see if that'll do. These pants are quite baggy, which is fine. I'll flip them over. Now, what we have to do is we have to stuff his pants. Fatten them up. I just found it easier to do it this way than to have this other body part on that is stuffed. Sorry, didn't mean to cough. I need to stuff up the back a little bit too. Give him a little bit of a bum. I'm going to do up the pants. That way I know how far I have to stuff. Alright, I can stuff quite a bit in here. Yeah, so if you don't want to knit for something like this, you can just go to a secondhand shop and pick up some children's clothes, and you can dress them in all kinds of wonderful little outfits. I want them nice and chubby. This blue sweater that I have, it's very chunky. It doesn't drape at all, so the more stuffing he has, the better it puffs out. And these corduroys are more solid pants, so I'm not using as much as I would. Oops, what happened there? All right, let's see how that's going to be. Oh gosh, I keep hanging myself up on my cord here. Now, we will put on your sweater. I'm always careful of the nose. Where's the nose? A little hard around the neck, around the head, because he's got a fat head. There we go. And now we'll put the arms in. The arms are easy because they bend. Have I got this inside out? I don't know. I'm going to look. I don't think it matters if I do. I think I do. I have a sweater inside out. Oh, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. This sweater, the neck is a little tighter, which is nice. Turn around. It's too bad I got the sweater in upside down or inside out. Should I turn it, do you think? Or does it really matter? Alrighty, now we need to put the hat on. Quite sure. There, I like that. And then I have a scarf here, which is not very long, but I'll put it around here. Oh, isn't he cute? He's quite a little dandy. Hold on, I'm going to take a better shot of him. He looks quite nice in blue. Oh, isn't he adorable? I'm quite happy. He's all dressed up for our Manitoba winter. But there's one thing missing. I have to just stop again, and I'm going to go get one more thing for him. One other thing he needs, very last thing, is a set of lights. He always holds a set of lights. So what I do is I open up the lights and I slip one on this thumb. And then I usually just drape it around him. Like he's holding on to them. And then the other end, I put on his other thumb. And let's put that on there like that. And let's plug them in. If my cord will reach, which it might not. Nope, it won't. I have to move him. So I'll have to move you too. Come on. A little bit closer. Atta boy. There we go. Let's see. There we go. So now I think what we have to do, we have to take him downstairs and put him where he's going to be for the Christmas season. And that's down in the dining room. So let's go down. There we go. Doesn't he look great? And he's going to stand there for the Christmas season. He has a couple of friends that will be joining him, but not yet. So that's my little greeter snowman. He's not really all that little if you look at him. He's about 3 feet, but he is adorable, and I do love him. And he didn't cost me $75. He maybe cost me $5. Well, not counting the sweater. Okay, so maybe he cost me $20. That's still a far cry from 75. And that was 25 years ago. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, everybody. Stay well. Stay warm. And I'll see you again really soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.